hear me better now back there? It's a great honor to be in front of you. I want to thank God for this opportunity. I want to thank Mason Finest for welcoming us and keeping us safe. I would like to add another group to the Mason's Finest list, and that's the students. So I know some of you are here. Go ahead and give yourself a round of applause. My speech is Imagine Mason. On June 13th, it was more than I imagined. And I'm seeing the same thing again here today. I believe, Nick was right, I believe in love and I believe in building relationships is the best way to create change. And I'm seeing it, I'm witnessing it right now. Imagine Mason. Nick touched on this. This city used to be a sundown town. It's true. For those of you who do not know what that means, it means that the sun set and you're a minority here, something bad was going to happen to you. No, that blows away, so I don't get it. But this guy and this movement, I can sense across the country, is much different. One, somebody started to listen. Somebody started to hear another story. Somebody started to build empathy. Somebody started to build inclusion. Somebody started a conversation. Somebody built relationships. And together, that old town became a city, and we started to imagine together. Imagine Mason, a young African-American woman leading a peaceful march throughout this city. As I was driving to the march in good traffic, it felt good to have traffic like that to an event like that. I saw Mariah Norman, and when I looked into her eyes, I didn't see a student. I saw a general. I saw this great city march under her leadership, and it was more than I can imagine. I parked at Christ Church on the 13th, and I got out of the car, and I couldn't believe my eyes. It was the most beautiful thing, the most beautiful crowd I've ever seen. And yes, you guys are beautiful too. Then we started the march, making our way down Western Road. I had so much energy and electricity running through my body, it was unbelievable. As I was in awe of my group, little did I know that there was another crowd coming from Hope Church. And together, we became a river of light, a river of hope, and a river of change. Imagine Mason, as I'm making that left onto Mason Montgomery, I looked up and I couldn't see the front of the train, and as I turned around, I couldn't see the back of the train. Imagine. I wanted to pause right there and just take it all in. But I know in a movement, you never try to stop momentum. You just keep on keeping on. From the bottom of my heart, thank you, Mason, for welcoming us. Thank you, Mariah Norman and other students, for imagining this. Mason, I want you guys to know, I am fully aware about the Mason bubble. I used to live here. We are the land of big basements, heated pools, comfy couches. We have more distractions here than any other town in Ohio. The only thing we're missing is a beach. The Mason bubble don't make waves. We just silent. Pass us chips and salsa. So when I say thank you, Mason, I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Even with COVID-19, you could have easily occupied your time, your mind, and energy on somewhere else. But instead, you're fighting here with me. Back to the march. I want you to imagine Mason as I'm walking up Mason Montgomery Road. My brain is all over the place. I'm having images in my head of past civil rights marches, the dogs, fire hydrants, the Pettus Bridge. But I'm not able to concentrate on that because I have white people yelling in my ear, Black Lives Matter. I have Asians yelling in my ear, Black Lives Matter. I have Latinos yelling in my ear, Black Lives Matter. I have Christians, Muslims, Jewish, Catholics, atheists, all yelling in my ear, Black Lives Matter. I have old people, young people saying the same thing. Black Lives Matter. And I'm thinking, as I'm hearing this, gee, I hope the media gets this one. I had a little white girl, this big. She looked at me. She said, "You matter, mister." I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. I wish I was swift on my feet. I wish I could go back and I say to that little white girl, "Hey, little white girl. I need you and your friends to be a cop. I need you and your friends to be attorney general. I need you and your friends to be a lawyer. I need you and your friends to go into politics. And I need you and your friends to hang out with me." But at that moment, as you see that I'm talking about that speech, Mariah said it best. She said, "I don't want to wait another 30 years for something that can be done today." And Mason, if you guys know me, I'm pretty patient as well. However, I don't want to wait another 30 years either. Can you guys imagine another 30 years of Facebook posts? We have to continue building relationships. And let's go back to the march. So the march made its way to Mason Municipal Center. And I was looking around, and not only did I see people from different backgrounds, but I also saw people from different levels of experience. To the people who took the stand for the first time, welcome. I'm not going to talk about the tree that wasn't planted yesterday, but I am going to talk about the seeds that are being planted today. If you feel guilt, send that away. That's from a force of separation. Welcome you to the Army of Light. This culture consists of hope, endurance, faith, and love. To the seasoned soldiers, I salute you. I'm here to tell you, backup is here. We have new recruits, and people are enlisting faster than what we can imagine. To the veterans, I salute you. I thank you. I owe you. I owe you more than what I can give. You have been in the trenches a mighty long time. I know you're tired, and I know you're too busy to stop. But thank you for the road that you have paved, because you have made it easier for us. Thank you. To the veterans, I'm not here to take your foot off the pedal. But I will tell you this. I believe this one is different. Walls are coming down. Beliefs are changing. They're starting to see now. And please allow me to lean in a little closer and tell you NASCAR took down the Confederate flag. A young, beautiful African-American girl led Mason, and he took us to the municipal building. And she told us to take a knee in honor of George Floyd for 8 minutes and 47 seconds. I watched the first memorial for George Floyd, and the Reverend R. Sharpton told the listeners and the viewers to stand for 8 minutes and 47 seconds. I'm guessing about halfway through, my feet began to ache. My feet had the audacity to send a message up to me, wanting me to sit down. This was in my own living room, not a street. I sent a message back down. I told my feet, you would stand there and you would stay for George Floyd. I put this comment on my Facebook because as I stood for the rest of the time, I said to myself, and I said to my wife who's here, whoa, this is a long time. Whoa, this is a long time. Whoa, this is a long time. Now as I'm here with the march on June 13th, I'm on my knee. And I'm guessing about halfway, my knee began to ache, just like my feet. Then I took a glance up, and I saw people shifting their body weight, switching their knee. Then I started to think about the hate. The hate that was used, that used the badge of honor to keep that knee on. And that hate, that's the hatred that we are fighting today. Mason, each day will bring on a new battle, a new incident, a new Facebook post. I'm asking you, please don't forget to put on your armor of light, your armor of endurance. Amen, Goose. Armor of faith, and the armor of love. I believe better days are ahead, but we have to keep building relationships and spread the message. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. One of our goals should be to get to the point where everyone here has or knows someone who knows someone. Oliver, do you know the Mason mayor? No. But I know somebody who knows somebody. Oliver, do you know who's on the city council? No. But I know somebody who knows somebody. Oliver, do you know the Cincinnati mayor? No. I know somebody who knows somebody. Oliver, do you know the governor of Ohio? No, but I have a cousin who knows Amy Acton. You guys love Amy Acton? Then we'll get to the point where we know them. Oliver, do you know the Mayor Mason? Oh yeah, Mayor owes me $5. In closing, in Dr. Martin Luther King's last speech, he said he saw the mountaintop. And I always wanted to know, Dr. King, what did you see? What did you see on that mountaintop? And as I look around at you, and I think about the Mason March on June 13th, and I think about this event here today, and I hope and I believe that the imagination of this great city is in line with Dr. King's dream. Thank you.
Now we're cooking with gas.
Here we are.